Thank you for joining me today. It's Brian Gubernick, and welcome to the No Days Off podcast, where we believe that every single day brings a new opportunity to get better. Better at business, better at our health, better at our relationships, just better at life. And today, I'd like to talk around this No Days Off movement and let this episode either serve as a reminder to many of our loyal listeners, or maybe for those that are just listening to the No Days Off podcast for the first time, or maybe you're early into your No Days Off journey. Let today serve as a reminder or a guide for how we honor this No Days Off process, or maybe even how it came to be, maybe a little history and what it all entails. So No Days Off for me, just the idea, the concept, it started actually several years back. And it started with me reading a document that actually served as episode one of the No Days Off podcast. If you go all the way back to our very first episode, that episode is about the common denominator of success. And I had read this document, read this story of an insurance salesman. And again, you could listen to the episode and hear the whole thing, what it all entails. But I read the story about Albert Ian Gray, when he gave a presentation to a group of insurance salesmen, and he shared that the common denominator of success lies in the fact that he or she that is in fact successful formed habits out of doing those things that failures just do not like to do. So the common denominator of success, the secret of success, anybody that's ever been successful, they formed habits around doing those things that failures do not like to do. And I read this story, a multi-page document that I don't even remember where I picked it up. And it occurred to me that, doing things that failures do not like to do, if that's the key to success, if successful people are in fact purposeful around all that they do, then they must specifically be purposeful around getting better every single day. In other words, they don't take a day off, right? So just to clarify, first and foremost, when we talk about No Days Off, I get a lot of texts or jokes that say, oh, well, podcast is off today. It means you're taking a day off. Or, oh, you're on vacation. It means you're taking a day off. And I understand the joke. But the reality is, no, that's not true. Taking a day off does not mean physically taking time away from the office in terms of this No Days Off movement. What I'm talking about is striving to get better, spending a minute, spending 5 minutes, spending 10 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be, every single day, making some slight improvement in all the different areas, the components that comprise your life. Whether you're going to focus on relationships today, or your health, or your business, or your wealth, or your finances, it doesn't really so much matter. My point here is, if you in fact want to be successful, then you can't take a day off, in that you can get better at something every single day. So what I'd like to do right now, I want to spend a few minutes really asking or sharing some questions with you that can get you thinking around how you can improve today. You could spend 5 or 10 minutes today improving in a specific area of your world. Okay, I'm going to give you the questions that kind of sparked this No Days Off movement years ago. Questions that I was asking myself. I was using this as a guide of sorts, these questions. And it's now manifested into me sharing something every weekday in this podcast. So let me get started here. Around your relationships, let's start there. If you intend to not take a day off today, and that focus is going to be on relationships, improving in relationships, here would be some questions I'd be asking myself. First, how can I improve my relationship with my spouse or significant other today? What can I do? What can I say? What action can I take? What can I spend 3 minutes on today that improves that relationship? Maybe another question for you around relationships. How can I show appreciation for my parents today? What phone call can I make? What words can I use? What actions can I take? Another question to think around as it pertains to relationships. What can I do to make my family stronger? Along those same lines, what can I do to make my peer group stronger? Lastly, in terms of just something to think around for relationships, who can I study? What can I read? And what can I learn today about improving relationships? Maybe it's a blog. Maybe it's listening to a podcast. Maybe it's a new book. But again, if you read something, you look at something, you listen to something for 5 minutes around relationships, improving relationships, that's taking no days off. Now, in your personal life, what's the one thing I could do today to improve my skill at fill in the blank? Whatever you're passionate about, your hobbies, maybe something you're focused on at this moment. What's one thing you could do to improve your skill at blank? What's one thing I've always wanted to learn or experience? Another question, how can I better maximize my personal time? What steps can I take today to maximize my personal time? Health, let's talk around health. If health is going to be your no days off focus today. Have I set health-related goals? And if not, what should they be? How can I set them today? What is one thing I can do today to begin the process of improving my health? Maybe another health question. What can you do today to relieve stress? One more for you. How can I improve my sleep starting with tonight? Again, might take you a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes of setting something up new or starting something new tonight that impacts your sleep. Doesn't have to be overly complicated. Finances. What can I study today that has the potential to lead to an increase in my net worth? An idea here, if you're going to go for a run, maybe listen to a podcast on finance today instead of music. Next question around finances. What book, magazine, or article can I read today that will help me better understand money and investing? How about another one? What step can I take today to eliminate some of my credit card debt? Even if that's simply drafting a plan, I would say you took no days off as it pertains to your finances. Your job. If you want to take no days off in your job, what skills can I improve? And where should I focus my efforts first? Another question, what can I do today in the office to help my team succeed? What one thing can I say? What one action can I take that would help my team succeed? What steps can I take today to make certain that I hit my daily or my weekly or my monthly goals? What one step can I take? Take one step, and that's a no days off focus for your job. Business, what can I do today to make my team more competitive? How can I improve the experience for our customers? Maybe one more. How do I become more profitable? And how can I influence this today? That's a no days off focus in business. And the last area I'll focus on today is spirituality. We all have different definitions or experiences here, but maybe some broader questions to ask yourself if you want to focus on spirituality and improve that particular area today with 1 minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes of activity. Let me ask you, I'd consider asking this question. How can I help others today? What can I do today to improve my relationship with God or whatever that higher power may be? Who can I study? What can I read? What can I learn to better understand or even define my spirituality? How can I get some quiet time today and just allow myself to think? I'm sharing all of these in hopes that one or two of these questions resonated with you. And in doing so, it got you focused for a few minutes today to improve in some way, shape, or form. Remember, the common denominator of success is doing those things that failures just do not like to do. I can assure you that those that are not winning at the level that they wish they were, they certainly are not thinking about their days in the way that I just described in an effort to extract as much as much as possible in terms of experiences or development or learning or growth. They just don't think about it that way, but not you, because you're part of this No Days Off movement. And I'm hoping that some of these questions prompted you to take some action today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this year in furthering your world and improving your life and the lives of those around you. That's all I have for you today, the No Days Off podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And of course, remember, every single day brings a new opportunity to get better. So let's get after it.